One of the things that I love about our church is that you can always find the center. Maybe you've noticed that sometimes when the pastor is up by the altar, he kind of moves over just a little bit so that he is right on the center. And the reason why I mention that is our lessons for today highlight the importance of the center. Sometimes in our discussions we call it the Lutheran middle, but ultimately it's the Christian middle. In our New Testament lesson, Luke chapter 20, verses 20 to the end of the chapter, there were people who were trying to push Jesus off of the Christian center. They were challenging him. Should you be Republican or should you be Democrat? Actually, back then it was, should you support the Roman government or should you be against the Roman government? Jesus' response was, the Christian middle. Give to God what is God's. What do we owe our government? Not whether we're Republican or Democrat. It's offering our God the best service that we can give, and in the realm of government, using the abilities and the mind that God has given us to try to make the best decisions for the good of our nation. And there will be disagreements, one way or the other, what those decisions should be. Let's find the Lutheran middle, the Christian middle. The other question was about the resurrection. Can people really rise from the dead? And they tell this crazy story about a guy who has a wife and then his 6 brothers all marry her, and Jesus says, you're trying to push me off the center. No. Let's just know that we have a God who can do all things, and he is the God of the living, and he can make even those who are dead alive. Let's just find the Lutheran middle. Let's not get distracted by these hypothetical questions. Let's just focus on what God has said in his word. So bless you as you read Jesus as he stays on the Christian middle. Again, that's in Luke 20, verses 20 through 47. And then the Old Testament lessons, we continue to read through the Psalms. This is another place where I appreciate always trying to find the center. Because as you read the Psalms, there are 2 things to look for as you're going, what is this psalm really all about? You look, first, are there some refrains? Like in the first psalm for the day, Psalm 46, there is a refrain. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. That's the key thought that the psalmist wants us to take away. Or Psalm 49 has a refrain as well. The words change just a little bit, but the thought is the same. People, despite their wealth, do not endure. They are like beasts that perish. In other words, don't put your trust in wealth. And that just happens to be also at the very center of the psalm. You see, if there's not a refrain, look at the center verses. So very often, the Hebrews put their main thought right at the center of those songs. So, for example, in Psalm 47, the center is verse 5. God has ascended amid shouts of joy. Oh yes, this is the ascension song, Psalm 47. Psalm 48 is a psalm that gives us the certainty that even though the world around us is against us, we are secure. Verse 8, the center verse says, God makes her, the city of God, secure. And then Psalm 50, where he talks about, everything belongs to God, and how do we serve him? The center verses 14 and 15. Sacrifice thank offerings to God, fulfill your vows to the Most High, and call on me in the day of trouble. I will deliver you, and you will honor me. So, God bless you as you read Psalms 46 to 50. And again, just always look for, are there some refrains? And what's the center verse? Because very often, the inspired writer is saying, this is what I want you to remember. And for me, what I want you to remember is the Lord Almighty. He is with you. God bless you.